want to talk about parents who do not want their kids dating. There are a lot of children who might want to date, but are in homes or families that their parents absolutely forbid it.
It's Tia and Tia.
Hi guys, welcome back to Love, Marriage, Sex with Tia and Tia. So look guys, we made it clear already in a previous video that we are of the mindset that we love the idea of dating and we think it's a good thing to date. For most people, for most situations. There are exceptions, obviously, but we also mentioned that it is not a deal breaker. It is not a big deal. It is completely normal to not want to go into the dating scene. So we're just going to throw a few things out there. And some of you, if you happen to be in the situation that you might, some of these things might resonate and some of these things might not resonate. Reasons why it is that some parents or some families do not want their children dating. The main things is they feel that some parents feel their children are not ready or matured to handle being in a relationship. Whatever reason it is, I'm assuming they know you better than you know yourself. So for them, that is a legit reason why they feel that you are not ready to jump into the dating scene.
Another reason I think parents don't want you to date is because they are scared. Most of our parents are just scared of pregnancies, not even the failure of it or someone hurting you, is just being afraid of you getting pregnant.
More so than STDs even.
Yes, I want to believe so. But again, those are all in the box of all the things they're afraid of. They don't want to be embarrassed. All of those things are part of it.
Don't bring shame to the family name.
It may be selfish, but at the end of the day, I think they feel they mean well for you.
Yeah, they usually do. In their heads, at least, that's what they tell themselves. I think other things they feel it's just a waste of time. You have school, you have soccer practice, you have music lessons, you have youth group, you have so many things that they have signed you up for, that they have invested in, they've put money in, and the last thing they want for you is to be distracted by some dude or some girl because whatever. No, there's a time and a place for this. When you're done with your school, when you're done with this, when you're done with that and that, then you can focus on relationships.
Yes. I feel like most parents feel their time, it was just simple. Get a man, marry. Get a man, marry. So right now, all this dating thing is like spinning in their head. So that's another reason why they don't you dating. They just feel like, honestly, I can get my friend's child to date you and it will go well because the family has a very long line history of good people there. So the son will be a very good person and they believe it worked for them, it can also work for you.
Exactly, yeah. So I think those are the main things. I think that fear though that you mentioned, I think kind of encapsulates a lot of the reasons that most parents, I would say, are against. Again, that's for those parents who don't want their children dating, are against their children dating. So try and see it from their angle. We're not saying that they're right or they're wrong, but in their head, they do not usually mean any harm, and they want the best for you.
Yes, there's another reason I think it is. Honestly, they don't trust you. They don't trust you. I think some of you will say, but
that's kind of what I mentioned in the first point.
Somewhat. Sometimes they will say, oh, it's all of us that they do that to.
Yeah.
They're doing that so they don't show you or her or him any difference. Because if they say just one person, it's obvious now that they don't trust you particularly. So they want to just say all of you should not date. Maybe when you leave the house, because they don't see you, they don't even tell you can date. You just start dating and it happens. Yeah. But I feel like that's the thing. They don't trust one person, so they generalize the topic of do not date in order to save this one soul from dying.
Sure. And again, to me, that also falls on the fear again.
Yes.
Falls under fear.
It falls under fear. Fear is broad. I feel the whole thing, honestly, is fear. Fear, and there's no communication. Now, however, we're not trying to honestly say that it's wrong. There are so many people that this instruction has saved.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there are so many people that this instruction has caused them a lot of pain, So all we're trying to say is communication is key. Now, who is watching this? If it is a single person watching this, now check on yourself. Why is it that my parents are saying no? Can I talk to them and see them give me their reasons so we can have a good understanding on why I shouldn't be doing this? It shouldn't be an instruction.
Yeah.
It should be me understanding why I am not dating, so that I know or work on those things so I get qualified. I always use that word qualified to date for my own self. I'm not doing it for my parents. I'm doing it that at the end of the day, I will be fulfilled in this thing called marriage. So if you are, as a parent watching this, I would say you need to tell your child why they should not do this. Go on at the days that you just give instructions with no purpose, no reason. And sometimes because I said so. They need to understand why. And I feel that's why many people break the law or the law in their homes. If I say do not do this, if the child does not understand, he's honestly going to try it and see to know why you're saying no to that. There's so much pressure out there. They need to trust you. They need to know that what you're saying is valid. And you need to pull them close to understand why you're doing this. If you're afraid because you made those mistakes, tell them you've made those mistakes. And that's why you don't want them to fall prey to the same thing. There's something called a circle that you need to break. Then break those circles. Don't just come and give them instructions. It does not change anything.
Yeah, I think that circle, that word is pride. That is the middle of that circle that needs to be broken for a lot of parents. And again, depending on what part of the world you're from, there's some cultures where it's just like, it's kind of hidden under or disguised under something else, but it's really pride. That's what it is. So a parent can never admit their weakness or their wrong to their child, and so they kind of go around this maze of giving reasons why you can or can't do this, because that pride will never let them be vulnerable and tell their children like, yeah, I messed up when I was at this point or when I was this age. So so this message, for whoever is listening, whether you're the parent or you are a child in the home where, again, you are not allowed to date, again, just try and see things from all of those angles that we just mentioned, and we hope that it works out well.
Another thing I would love to also say, if you are a parent, try to trust your children. If you know you've done a good job, it's time to trust them, then trust them.
Yeah.
I'm not saying at the age of 5, 6, 7, when they come to full understanding. And the harder you work, the earlier they become mature.
Give them an opportunity to prove you wrong.
Yes, exactly. So that you could pinpoint and say, you see, you've done this wrong. That's why I'm afraid.
Yes.
And it makes sense. But please give them a chance. Trust them. It makes a child feel it's an honor for my
responsible. You now feel a sense of responsibility and something to actually, you have something to kind of like hold up to, that you do not want to drop that egg.
Yes, my mom, whenever she tells me, Cynthia, I believe in you, I'm like, okay, I need to work hard. So I feel there are kids like that out there. There are teenagers like that. There are young adults like that, that when you tell them you trust them, they actually work harder to see that they don't disappoint those your feelings or disappoint you generally. I don't know if you have any more to say. No,
I think we've said enough. So please, guys, like, subscribe, comments. We want to hear some other reasons you've heard from your parents or a friend's parent of why they did not want their child to date. I think it'll be pretty entertaining to read. And with that, please, we'll catch you in a later video.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching.
God loves you. We love you.
And God loves you more.
That's right. Catch you later.
Bye.
It's Tia It's Tia and Tia.